All right. I'm Tommy Skunk. Welcome back from 10 minutes ago. We're gearing up. We're getting ready. Everything's getting turned on. Give me a second. Here we go. Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Skunk. I'm just kidding. All right, you guys, so we're jumping back in today. Let me get the music down a little bit. Let me see if I can't, we don't want the music all the way off. We just want it low. There we go. All right, you could still hear that, right? Okay, so what I'm doing today, I'm trying to join my friends, so I'm going to join the server real quick. Let's see what we got here. Woo! Sorry, I had a lot of coffee today. I just did my little Christmas one. We're getting up and going. I'm gearing up to do some like crazy shit. I'm going to join my friend Partisan, who's part of the Rally Point team, and then hopefully Scully gets back on. I call him Mini Skull, or Crystal Skulls for short. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get it going though. It's gonna be all right. Yeah. So just hang in there. It's gonna be all right. Hope you guys are having a good Christmas. I'm really pumped up. I just ordered a brand new computer system, everything PC, you know, all the good stuff for streaming. Took a little while. I got screwed on my last PC. They gave me a legacy computer. I was just trying to get something nice, and yeah, he definitely fucked me over. You know, didn't even give me any lube or anything. You know, just bent me over and took my cash. So I'm working with some other PC builders, and we're getting the parts shipped over to me, and we're gonna build it. Might even stream the build. Yeah, so that's what's been going on with me lately. A lot of good shit. A lot of good shit. All right, there's my character. You guys can't see. The head's like cut off there on my character there. Let me turn down my mic just a tiny bit. There we go. That's a little better. All right, so let's get in there. Let's get in. All right, once I'm in, I can join my friend real quick. Hopefully he's still on. Let me check all the other. Let me check the whoop-de-woos. Okay, it looks like Scully's on as well. So we're gonna have a good old time. Alright. Here we go. We're gonna be in the region of Ninkane County. Let me get a fucking sip of some. That's the best. I think it's called Black Rifle Coffee. I ordered it from the Joe Rogan show or whatever. It's really good coffee. It's super fucking caffeinated. Really gets your shit, you know, going, if you know what I'm saying. Alright guys, hey, welcome back, by the way. Thanks for joining. I appreciate that. Yeah. Woo. Alright, we're gonna have to as soon as I get in here, I'm gonna have to turn down the I'm gonna have to turn off the music for a minute, and so I can hear my buddies, you know what I mean? Alright, So let's turn that off. That might give me a little bit more GPU. Okay, so I got it on like low resolution. You know, because like lag purposes and shit. This game's new, so it tends to lag. Some guy's got like a $10,000 computer. You know, if you're all about that, then go watch them. But I'm like, you know, no holds barred, all that shit. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm doing the best I can, okay? Alright, so here we go. I'm going to join this Discord. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear them. Give me a moment. Let's see, it should be down here. Right here. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me now? I can see your guys' you know, green light up on your thing, but I can't hear you. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure. Maybe it's taken a minute to connect. I got my noise suppression on. Let's see. Let me see my user settings real quick. Am I gonna need my? Let me see. Voice and video. My microphone's up. My output device is default. Mic test. Yeah, my mic's up and going. Activity, it's not push to talk. Determination input sensitivity. Yeah. Looks like everything's working, but I just can't hear you. Interesting. I'm not sure why it does that. No, I can't hear you if you're let me see if I can I don't know why there's always got to be a problem. Everything's set up properly. Let's see, push to talk, activity. Speaker, default. There we go. Can you hear me now? Somebody say something.
Hello,
Yep.
I hear you.
Alright, I can hear you now. Cool. Alright. Welcome
Tommy,
back.
you're right on, dude.
Okay.
What's
Sorry
up,
about that. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes.
Tommy, are you in game?
Yeah, I am in game. I'm
Come to the castle, man. We're gonna set off some fireworks.
coming to the castle. Let me gear up and I just now came in. Got some yeah. Let me gear up real quick.
I've got a torch, dude. I've got a torch.
Alright.
Man,
so
I hope China keeps their official servers, because I would totally play on a Chinese server. I don't care. I don't care if they stole the source code. They did a better job than the originals, because the originals were stingy.
What's going on with that, by the way? Like,
So, look in the Myth of Empires chat channel, and there is a video on that has the most recent legal news up to date.
Okay. Let me get my my horse out.
Keep in mind, it's like a 12-minute video.
Oh, it's cool. So what's the highlights of it?
The highlights is it ends with China keeping only Chinese servers, and all of American and Europe servers are pulling out.
So can we move
So
our
unless you
character
play it
that
on
way?
China? Say what? Yeah, you can play on Chinese.
But
You
I
got
mean,
the game, right?
can I move my character that way?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I won't have to restart my character.
Nope.
All right,
You get
I
to
don't
keep
care
what
about
you've
that.
done. Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's the core players right there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, no, I mean, whatever happens, I hope the game is still playable, because I could play this for years.
yeah, this is my new Smash, man.
Hey,
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Let's do this for like 10 years.
Yeah,
it's already come out. It's already come out that
all right, comfortable Doug.
this game is nothing like Ark.
I mean, yeah, this game is so highly polished that even if the core game itself is the same, too much has been done to it to not think that this is an intellectual property thing. That's
Yeah.
like saying that they deserve everything that China has done by making this game. Like, no, man. Like, give credit where credit is due. They made an awesome game with your core engine. If it is your core engine, sure, you should probably get a cut of whatever they're making, but you should not come in like the Knights Templar and demand that they change their way of thinking or die. Like, no, man, it's horrible what they're trying to do. Like the guys with the Arc and Atlas and the engine and all that. It's like, dude, take a small cut. Be like, give us 7%. Dude, 7%? Right. That's a huge number.
Yeah,
right?
It's in the hundreds of thousands, yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
Okay, I can't make another... Wait, I can. I can make torches for all three of us, and we can light these things up.
Oh, yeah? You actually have fireworks going?
Yeah, dude.
How did you make fireworks? Right. Oh, I see them.
Oh, I didn't. It's a seasonal thing. It's a Happy New Year's event.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know. Are these stacking?
Very cool. Very cool.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Do we all have torches? No. Okay. All right. Here's the first one, and the second one, and the next one I make I'll keep.
All right.
There we go. All right. You guys both grab a torch.
Okay. Quick
Let's
loot.
light this thing up.
Come on, quick loot. There we go. Alright, let's put this in my hand over here.
Yeah, depending on how Rally Point takes this whole shifting, transitioning thing, we may end up creating a whole fresh clan, just all of us, so that we can live with you guys and consolidate forces and whatnot. Okay, so I'm gonna try and light this thing.
Okay.
How do I do that? Lantern? Oh, I see. That burns like animal fat. Alright, 3, 2, 1, ignite. Hold E to ignite. No, I'm not looking at the right thing.
Alright.
E, ignite. Run away. Dude, there goes! Yeah!
Oh, shit.
It won't let me light.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, no! Did you, Tommy, did you get yours to light?
No, it doesn't show up.
Gotcha.
Ooh,
okay.
This is great, though.
Let's see what I can do.
Woohoo! Whoa! Nice. Happy Thanksgiving!
Yeah! Happy New Year!
Yeah! Bruh!
There it is.
Whoa. That's actually really cool.
Hey, push F10 twice.
F10 twice. Okay. F10. F10. Oh, yeah.
Dude. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Alright, here we go.
You filthy animal.
Last bit right here.
Cool.
If I can light it. I gotta push F10 again. Alright.
Oh, F10 is what you use?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it doesn't show up for me.
Nah, it doesn't show up for me either. That's alright. I'm cool with watching.
Yeah, if I could actually light these things. I don't think I can. Uh-oh.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
That was pretty cool though. I dig that. Oh, look at the moon.
That was pretty cool.
I think the one thing that I love about this game, other than Ark, is that you cannot fly. And so therefore you're forced to play the game, you know?
Yeah, I like that too.
I think that's awesome.
I like that there's no like brontosauruses in the water, giant
That too.
megalodons. Like,
Yeah. We're just people, man.
exactly, man.
Yep.
The horse is the power.
Yep.
Oh, hey, come check this out. Come here.
Alright.
I got a boar's head when I chopped it, for
Oh, yeah,
meat,
I have
and
one of
there it
those.
is.
How do you put it up there?
You learn the recipe and then you craft it through the carpenter's bench here.
Okay.
And I think it's pretty straightforward, fairly intuitive in the recipe. So.
Oh yeah, I can't go in there. I forgot.
Oh. Yeah.
So you guys are doing
Maybe
wood
the
and then
alliances
stone?
were polished.
And then wood on bottom,
actually-
stone on top?
No. Actually, right now it's completely mismatched.
Oh.
It's just whatever we had together. It's cobblestone, basically.
Cool.
What
is
we're
the shitter.
standing in is a temporary structure.
Ah.
What is being built out here, we kind of tested the waters,
Yeah.
but we have decided to jump all the guns and go straight to stone.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
doing is doing
way
stone,
over-
yeah.
And that's the beginning of it, way over there.
I see it.
And that's gonna be the side of the building that the castle is actually on. So we're
Okay.
gonna start with the castle, and then we'll expand outwards from there. But that'll be primary living quarters for most of us.
What level's your
I think 5.
Okay, yeah, me too.
Yeah, Scully upgraded
Yeah,
us.
I upgraded it this morning.
Good job. This looks very Greek / Romanesque.
Doesn't
Or
it?
it actually looks more like dynastic or like pre-flood with the melted stones. Yeah.
Huh.
Looks cool.
I've never heard of that thing.
Yeah, it looks like these on the ground look yeah, dude, look it up. So they're coming out and they're saying now cuz the I don't want to say, but one of those ABC agencies, they released a bunch of shit the other day about what extraterrestrials are and stuff. And it came out that way back before the flood, there was like this war of the gods or whatever, and it's in all the religious books. The India books against like the anything that's not the triple religion, like Judaism, Christianity, or Muslim, and even those books have pieces of it in there that they say inside their books is the same. But what happened was there was a war, and then they used this like thing on Mars or whatever, and destroyed that by 2 nukes in the air, and then they built a arc or whatever and came this way. And then they built like these structures, but they were able to vibrate through with sound or whatever, resonance. They could heat up make a plasma type of thing, and they would set a stone down, and then they would heat it up, and it would turn into like a pliable clay, and then dry into place. And then we got all these like huge mega structures from the ancient times that look like they just melted stone together. But then there's other places where it looks like they used a plasma rifle or something that melted the fucking stone wall, and like you can see it like melting. And then they said that if you actually look at some mountains, like not all the mountains, but like they said at least 30 to 40% of the mountains are actually these giant buildings like we built today that have actually melted on top of each other and like molded down into like this like Yeah, so it looks like a mountain, but really they're these old ancient buildings that have been melted down. It's fucking insane. But that's coming from actual Russian and America intelligence. And the Chinese decided they weren't going to allow theirs to come out, but we saw like on some places, like some of the ABC agencies pointed out that China has the oldest structures known to man, and that it's a thing they're not talking about. So yeah, crazy shit that came out the other day on one of our intelligence was pointing it out.
Huh.
Oh, this is your horse. But anyways, yeah, pre-dynastic is what you, or you can just look up on YouTube. It's these mountains are melted buildings, or melted buildings look like mountains, some shit like that. But it's this new trend, you know. It's kind of fun to watch. Yeah. I take everything with a grain of salt, you know. But I do listen to all the shit, man, that's coming out. Look at them fireworks.
Last one.
Boom. Oh, it's a red one.
Hey,
cool.
it's green, my favorite color.
It was red on mine.
Oh, really? Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So everybody gets their own fireworks.
Alright.
That's nifty.
Yep. Sweet.
Alright, so whose cart am I riding on?
Either or.
That's her password. Skull, what are you doing, dude?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I gotta get a granary guy.
There shouldn't be a password on that.
I
Here, try
yeah,
it now.
it's yours. You built it. It's
Yeah, but
default.
there should.
The default is that it is yours. Nobody else is touching it.
Hold
That
on.
is the clan rule. That is why I was making a huffy about you making all the cabinets.
Making the
There,
cabinets.
You should be able to get on it now.
Have you guys tried the horse train yet?
No, what's
Okay.
the horse train?
I don't think anybody's streamed it yet, but like, say like everybody grabs a cart, right? Then your horse jumps
I've
on
done
that
this,
cart,
yes.
and then
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, the centipede.
I
or
never
whatever.
thought of doing that though.
Yeah, then the it does get heavier though, and that's the problem, I guess.
Oh,
So
so you'd have to do it with naked horses.
yeah, the first horse has to carry it all. Yep. All right, I'm right behind you guys.
Going down at the bottom where the rhinos are.
All right. They
Oh,
don't-
I'm okay with this.
Yep.
I am ready for some combat.
Yeah, man.
Well, there's some wolves.
Hey, wolves. What's up, bro? I'm running with the wolves. Running with the devil. Damn. Oh, you're getting them.
Kick butt, dude.
That's tight.
Yeah,
Check
it's
that
it's
out.
nice having rear security on these wagons,
Yeah, man.
especially
there's
when
more
you're the one
wolves.
that's the back door gunner. Got him for 1,200.
Nice, nice. I'm hitting it
There you
like in still like the 200-300s.
Run into the door tree.
Good job. Ow, he bit me. He's trying to eat me. We going down this way?
Well, I'm gonna go up the hill right here.
All right. These wolves are all dying.
Isn't that cool?
Problem
is
is,
cool.
can't get up. Can't get up that hill.
No. I keep getting stuck inside the wolf pile. Damn, wolves. I'm like the cameraman for your show.
That's awesome, dude. I like it.
There we
Oh,
go.
they're biting me. They're getting me.
Oh shit,
Are
yeah.
they?
We just gotta find some pigs somewhere.
Time to kill their ass.
Time
Thank
to
you.
kill. Oh yeah, I forgot I gotta. Oh no, I gotta put this on. There we go.
Ooh,
For
thank you,
that.
thank you.
Where the hell did my bar go? I pushed a button.
Mm.
I lost all of my toolbar and everything.
Oh,
Oh,
F10.
push F10. That's the magic key.
Okay, there we go.
Damn,
Now,
hang on. I gotta fix my gamma.
Yeah, it's a whole different game when you're playing in F10 mode.
Yeah. Yo,
Hey, who's this?
that's Bob.
Jammer?
Jammer.
Hey,
Tremor.
what's up?
Bob
Welcome,
Marley.
Jammer.
Jammer.
I haven't seen.
Did you guys see the latest?
Yes, I have.
Spill the tea.
I'm a
That's not
diehard.
looking good for Angela Game.
I'm okay with it. I'll play on Chinese servers.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah, all American and all European servers, they're pulling out. But China,
Oh, yes.
they have their own servers, dude.
Yes.
This game
but-
will live.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it will, but guess what?
What?
They're not going to own it.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care.
The-
China
We're gonna do a
shouldn't own
force
it.
sell?
They're a bunch of communist assholes.
No, the result
Not all of them. No,
what,
excuse
the
me.
stuff that I was
Wait.
seeing about it is what it looks like the court is siding with Snail.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wild
they should.
card, right?
They should.
So,
Mhm.
No evidence has been brought forward, and they were asked to bring the evidence
yeah, well,
forward.
They said Wild Card and Snail went, look, here's all our evidence. You need, if you can rebut this, let us know. And they went, we don't have to say anything. And so the court went, well, if you don't have any countering evidence, it looks like they're going to see it in Wild Card's favor. And what this will do, they're also suing Tencent
Mm.
for allowing the China servers.
Oh, 10 cent, dude. They're the biggest motherfuckers out there.
They're the biggest, but
They got the most
were
lawyers.
served a legal cease and desist, and they opted to ignore it.
Oh no.
So yeah, Wildcard could actually take a chunk out of Tencent, as well as
Big chunk.
the Angela Games, after whatever they've done with the code that they stole,
Mm-hmm.
then that entire game is going to end up being the property of Wildcard, which would be awesome because the
Yes.
Wildcard could run with it
Yes.
because it's a ready-made game. But
As long as they don't put flyers in it, I'm happy.
well, what I think the problem is the source code is probably based not on Arc but on Arc 2.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
I bet that's the source code they used, and so they're probably, unless they get complete ownership of it, they're gonna they could just shut it down because no love lost for them. They didn't do any work on it. It was built on the work that they had already done.
Yeah, there's so many people
The
that
only
love
thing
this
is
game.
everybody likes the game, so it
Yeah.
might behoove them to take it and actually run with it. But they've got everybody mad at them about Arc stuff. So
Well, Ark sucks, dude. Well, I mean, I love Ark, don't get me wrong. But I have so much
I've
PTSD
never had
from Ark.
problem with Arc. I've never had a problem with Arc. Ever.
No, it's the trolling that they allow.
I never had a problem with No Man's Sky either.
Oh, I love No Man's Sky.
Yes. Thank you. Now, can I just throw mine in there? I would say it's not Ark that you love, and it's not Myth of Empires that you love. It's the idea behind the game
Yeah.
that you're in love.
Right.
And they did a great job for Ark. When Ark was new. Well, Ark was mind blowing when I first experienced it.
Oh, yeah.
But so was Atlas, and so was Conan Exiles, and
Yeah.
so was Myth of Empires.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, regardless of what happens, they did make a fine game with this game. However, I don't want to see this happen, but it is a possibility in the realm of anything can happen. It is possible that this could spark war between our nations.
Hell yeah.
If China wants it, you think they couldn't push that button? They would do it in a heartbeat.
Dude.
Anything to cheapen us and strengthen them. If they are wanting war, they have Russia on their side, dude.
Damn, dude. I
Now,
heard
when
about
was the last
that
time
too.
you had a meaningful conversation with a Russian? Not saying they're bad people. I'm saying they don't talk to us, dude. We don't have any congenial topics with these guys.
Well, you saw what Putin
Last
was
week.
saying.
I've had good dealings with multiple Russians.
Yes, but that's you as a person. What I'm saying, as a nation, we haven't dealt with them since the Cold War, dude. Since the fall of the Iron Curtain. And it looks more and more likely that communism is going to attack... Yeah, well, that still doesn't change where we're at right now. I mean, that's history, court. But the thing is
Part
that
2.
communism is trying to swallow America.
Yeah,
And
but we're a big ass
China
dick,
is
dude.
yes.
can't swallow us
We
whole.
can definitely gag them,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm here,
Choke
so that
'em
I can
out.
gag a Chinese. Well, choke out the communism, kill them dead.
Yeah. Choke out communists.
Hey, Scully, you dropped me. I'm walking now.
I heard
don't know where
Lucille
you guys
Ball
went
was a
either.
communist, dude. Now that her movie's out, everybody's saying that they said that she was a communist. Lucille
Man,
Ball.
you have no idea,
And
dude.
Trying to get turned around.
Communist spies are so just numerous. It's common. Like people you might not think are very common, and if you ever met them in person, you would know right away. It's like, wow, you believe in a system that would want me dead. Like, oh, that's dangerous, dude.
damn.
It's sad.
Yep. I'm an American.
I see a little. I see a little tag.
Yeah, I see his tag. I freaking love America, dude, and I thank whatever God there is and the aliens that I was born on American. Yeah.
Man,
Cover all bases.
I think we're misconstruing a lot of the alien theory out there.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that I think what we're dealing with is the angels, is God, but their technology is so far beyond us that, dude,
It looks like magic.
Yeah, I thought so. I see a floaty thing.
I see
that's
a
what
red
I'm saying. Like Jesus, even
is an alien.
Jesus floated into the sky. I'm not gonna say he's an alien, but I am gonna say that I believe he was the Son of God, and that
I think he's a
he came
Hyperborean.
on behalf to save the people who wanted to be saved, who also needed to be saved. I'm one of them, but that's not the point. The point is that I think we're taking it too far and being like, oh well, they're aliens. No, man,
I
no.
got some fireworks out of that one.
Don't even concern yourself with them. You should concern yourself with yourself, because that's what really matters in the end. Hey, Scully, quit moving, dude. Quit moving. Thank you. It takes me like a full animation to get onto the wagon. Thank you. All right, you can go.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you're saying. It's you're very open-minded, but you do have a linear.
Yeah, I do.
You are linear.
I love linear theory.
I have the ultimate open mind. I'm spiritually agnostic.
Me too.
Oh no.
Well, I'm a gnosis.
That's not hot nor
Why would you
cold.
say, oh no?
Because you're not hot nor cold. You don't believe in anything. Everything is empty.
No.
I'll bet you don't even wash your
Why-
hands
wait a
when you
minute.
eat.
Why do you
Not me.
think that?
I wipe my
Because
butt with my
is-
thumb.
is- wait. No, you're right. I'm jumping to conclusions.
You're
I
basic.
haven't heard a thing you've said.
Yeah,
Tell me-
okay, so-
tell me about
I'll-
Tell me about
I'll-
your
I'm
form
gonna-
of agnosticism.
well, okay, so I
Hold on, wait. Let me back up, because I think we got off on the wrong foot. I want to have a conversation with you
Yeah.
where I listen to what you say. And at the end of our conversation, I want both of us to come out on the other side of this conversation better than we were when we came into it. Would you come into agreement with me?
Yeah,
Cool.
like I said, I am the ultimate open mind, because I see myself as a spiritual agnostic. Now, a lot of people confuse the word agnostic with atheism, which is not. I am not an atheist. I'm spiritual agnostic because there's like 7 realms of agnosticism, but the mind, I feel I'm spiritually agnostic. I do not like conformed religion, right? Like Catholicism, Christianity, Hinduism, Muslims, you know, the actual, or Islam is that what they're on there? So I don't like conformed religions, right? Because there's a plethora of them, and as Ricky Gervais once said, you know, if you are a Christian and I am an agnostic, you believe in one more God than I do. That's it. And there's plenty of people that believe in all different gods out there.
Merry Christmas.
There's there's thousands of gods out there for all the different religions that are out there. An agnostic just believes in one less than everybody else. That's all.
So you don't believe in your own deity?
Well, no. So here's the form of the spirit.
Well, hold on. Wait. No.
No, wait. I gotta extrapolate that for you.
All right,
So,
please expand.
See, agnostic is a thing, but spiritual agnostic is off center from agnostic.
Oh, that was just his way of saying it,
Yeah,
not yours.
That was his
No.
way of saying it. So,
Hey,
as
you
a
dropped me again, Scully.
as a spiritual agnostic, right?
I'm gonna stop up here. I'm gonna see what the building is at now.
Mm-hmm. It's at 24.
I believe that there is something out there in the universe that
Okay.
had to start everything, had to create
Oh,
everything,
this thing.
had to be part of everything.
Okay.
But for any human mind to think that they understand that entity
Okay.
or energy or being or whatever it might be
Okay.
is hypocritical, because most
Um,
people see their God as omnipresent,
No.
omnipotent,
I get that.
everything. They're
This
in charge of everything.
This building's is getting ready to go down.
Yep,
All the
in a
buildings are
couple
getting ready
days.
to go down.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I look at the books that people have about their God and everything, and it's like, for anyone to presume to write down what they believe God is, or what they think, or people to say what they think God's will is, their God's will is, it's hypocritical, because there's no way a human
Thank you.
mind could fathom.
I just wanted to interject
the
that
ultimate
thank you real quick.
intelligence.
Because, alright, so I can only speak from my own experience here, but I can say that I have reached out to, I mean, he's got a lot of names, but Yeshua, Jesus, the dude who was crucified on the cross,
Mm-hmm.
who said that he was here to redeem and to set free, and to bring more life abundant. I called on that guy. Shut up! I'm talking here. I called on that guy, and my life changed because I gave it to him. So I can say. No, wait! Let me extrapolate.
It's quick and
Man, stop!
Did your
No,
life-
that's
did your
despotism.
life-
You're literally pushing your opinion on me so much
No.
because your question follows your will.
I'll lose it in your description. It's a simple question. Do you believe he changed your life, or you changed your life in your belief of him?
Okay, let me continue
tough.
to extrapolate, and I'll
That's-
cover that
that's a
topic. How's
tough
that?
All right, good, go.
Is that cool?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're cool with that?
Awesome.
No, I'm fine. The question popped in my head, and I have a very bad short-term memory, and I would have forgotten it if I waited. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I feel you.
Okay. Well, okay, so me calling out on that guy was me accepting that I believed he existed, that he would listen to me, and that I believed what he said when he said, I am here to bring life more abundant. Now, keep in mind, I was going to prison for robbery, armed robbery, with shotguns in people's faces for money. And me going to prison, I am a white middle-class kid from a family of law enforcement and war heroes.
That happens.
Arrested for armed robbery with a shotgun and a trench coat made out of a leather jacket and a bathrobe and a cowboy hat was absolutely unthinkable. And so me calling out on him actually was a signal on the inside, the inner man, and you could believe in spirituality because you believe in an inner man and an external man, and sometimes those don't go hand in hand, if you catch my drift. Okay? So my inner man made the signal to him, and he said, you're mine, because you gave me what you had. Because I came to him and I said, why do you want me? I have nothing left. I have nothing to give. And he said, you have one thing I want. And I said, all I have is me. And he said, that's what I want. He wants you. And if you can believe in a God who loves that strong, it doesn't matter what else exists. Because you know a love so strong that it would die for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that love, it doesn't matter what else happens.
Get the
You
card.
have the ultimate. If you have the ultimate, it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter. Because it's all vanity. The Bible even said so. And I believe the Bible is true. I believe what was written in it is true because I've put it to the test. And I have made crazy men lose their minds by speaking only mere words that were written in it. Because paradigms exist. You can use what's in the Bible to go through a paradigm to touch someone on a level that only they know. This is the God that I believe in. This is the flow of energy that we call the apple of my eye. This is the things, we're all connected. We've seen it, dude. We've seen the eternal. And we don't even recognize it for what it is because we're so wrapped up in identifying it. Quit trying to identify it and live it, man. God wants to be your father. He wants to be a father for you in the physical because he sent Jesus, but also in the intangible, being the part of the three Godhead. Jesus is the living embodiment of Godhood. Whereas Father God represents the God that nobody could know, because unless he wants you to know, how could you? You won't. That's the thing, is without him, you won't know him. Unless he wants you to know him, you'll never know him. But if he calls you to know him and his love and share his love, you will do so because he created you. Because a love that strong could not have not made you. I mean, that's the thing. How incredible is it that you are the one sperm from the dad that was made from the one sperm from that dad, on and on and on, throughout all of time, throughout all of the history and the generation after generation after generation that spawned you. And you're not just a sperm, are you? No, you're a sperm and an egg, my friend, because an egg had to be there for the sperm to attach. Whereas a love so strong that it could break through reality, through the matrix itself, and deliver a child rather than give it. Dude, Jesus was a whole package, man. He was what you would consider an alien because we are like him. He's not like us. He was before us. But you don't see that because, well, who cares? That's up to you. That's between you and him. He even said it himself, and I could never say it better. He said, and this is the full phrase, "Who is it that you say that I am to you?" That is him being the voice pin of God saying to you, what do you want me to be for you? I love you. I would be anything for you, to be all things for all people. God has truly done this. And it's like, you can't escape his attention, his love. You'll never be unloved. Many people died alone, but they did not die unloved. Thank you. That's it. I'm gonna close with this. I love you.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Get in the cart.
Get in the car.
Oh, my bad, dude. I'm over here preaching, and you're trying to get like business done.
Yeah, I wanna go.
Oh, you know what?
Kill some rhinos.
Here, let me just ride the cart. That way I don't jump out.
You're going after rhinos?
Yeah, dude, rhinos. We're gonna build an archery tower and shoot them.
That's awesome. So do you know, what do you think about, like...
Did you get grass?
I got some grass.
I didn't, dude. I just spoke.
No, I know you. I told Skunk to get grass.
Right on.
Yep. Yep, I
Hey, I'm
grabbed a
gonna go
little.
get some coffee. I need something to cut the edge.
I'm more of a Gnostics, pre-Greek type of, before the Crusades. I think that one of the world's problems in itself in entirety is religion organized.
Yeah, it's organized religion
Yeah.
is the part that I
But
dislike.
Oh man!
It
Oh
doesn't.
man!
That
Oh
does.
man!
Drink your coffee. Drink your
No,
coffee.
That doesn't
no, my coffee
necessarily
is
mean
it's hot water.
that.
Hey, go back. What do you guys know about ancient Babylon?
Wait a minute. Let Tommy finish
Oh.
what he was saying.
Well, I'm
Alright,
just
what's
saying
up,
that just because I lost my train of thought, but it doesn't mean that that's what God intended when He created the Bible or the Great Knowing is what they call it. But I think that humans have twisted it, and I think that it's no longer. I think that some of the, like how you were saying before, that it doesn't matter about the how it was water in wine. You know what I mean? Like how much water is in the wine. Like how we were talking, it's still going to be wine in the end. But I think that there was 300 books, including the Apocrypha. Now there is not. There's only 66 books.
I just read something from the Bible the other day.
And
We'll swim. Yeah, I had just read something in the Bible that came to mind while you were saying what you were saying, and it was interesting to me because it's something that I've had to fight through, and I think I'm still fighting it because I don't know that I just had an epiphany and was like enlightened. It was more of a digestion thing.
Right, it comes slowly. Faith is made slowly. It's by the.
I like that. So it was definitely growth of faith. Then my faith is growing. I like that. Thank you for helping me there.
Well, yeah, it's through it's through like the problems that you have. That your faith grows stronger. It's the
what I'm about to say.
Dwindles.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm about to say has a lot to do with like everything. And let me know if you guys think it's true.
I'm making rope.
Okay.
In political stuff, in TV, and in whatever, however you see life, how you experience your normal day in the coffee shop or whatever, you know what I mean. Now keep in mind, I can't tell you the address, so I can't tell you where in the Bible this is. I just know that it's in there. It said that defilement comes from within.
Right.
And it comes at the moment that you eat with unwashed hands. So wash your hands like your elders did before you. And then you will know that you have touched with the intention of being clean.
Yep.
I'm paraphrasing. I take it with a grain of salt, but that's the thing. And I'm starting to now. Let me extrapolate, to use a word. If defilement comes from within, and we know that we are pure and clean when we are in the presence of the all-know, or the what was it? The Great Knowing.
Yeah, the Apocrypha, the Biblica from Yahweh.
Yeah, I'll go with the Great Knowing. Let's just say the Great Knowing, because I'm gonna suggest that you're reaching out to the love, the God. God is love. That's what Jesus said. And so I'm gonna say that when we don't spend time in prayer or meditation or focusing on the good things, the pure things, the things of good report, if we don't spend time doing that, then I think we fall short in that the defilement comes from within, and that's what the Bible said. And so following that logic, it's like a continuous flow from the inward towards the outward and then beyond.
Ooh,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
so if we don't continuously work to keep a flow of love and understanding and continuously try to connect with the ultimate love that just loves unconditionally, that level of love, of like
the agape,
even brotherhood.
The agape.
Yes, agape.
Agape is a Baja Gita
we
term
don't have that
from before the flood.
I mean, is that accurate though? I mean, do you think if we just stop trying to reach out with, communications of love and understanding, that we would just begin to corrupt, like
Out of
lust
love,
away or something like that?
yes, I believe the number one thing is love and light. Be in love and light, and people. One thing, okay, I can show you is if you're negative, right? People don't want to be around you. If you're positive, that actually makes people come towards you, And then you. That's one thing that like when I go to these like talks for millionaires and billionaires, they say the number one thing is to be perceived as a positive person, and it doesn't matter how much money you make, but it's all about love and light, no matter what religion you are. It's about coming together, not like the governments are trying to conquer and divide us into these sections so that they can put us in this like winding vortex, like say Coke and Pepsi, how they fight each other, but they're owned by the same person. So we keep
it's
buying
forced
into.
perspective.
Yeah, they keep forcing us, and now they're doing it politically to where we're gonna have a civil war, and it's nobody's fault. Like if I ask you, are you racist? Hell no, you're not racist, right? If you ask the news, where's racism? Everybody's racist. It's a crazy thing. Asian hate, black hate, fucking white hate. It's like no. Anybody I talk to, and I talk to a lot of people around the world, we don't hate each other. It's the governments that are portraying this and hating each other so they can stimulate what the only thing they know is war, and through war becomes that
So,
energy.
but here's the problem. Here's a problem with that line of thinking.
Yes.
There is hate out there.
Yes.
The problem is when you have a room of 100 people, right?
Right.
If 25 of those people in that room of 100 actually harbor hate for other people in that room, and people back the people that are the victim of the hate,
Mm-hmm.
the way it's portrayed, it makes it look like the hate is larger than it is, because you have more people against it than for it, right? So the voice of the hated becomes larger than the voice of the hate.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so it then compounds the issue. So
Yeah. It compounds it. Yeah.
it compounds it, and then you have the people that say, "Oh, it's not." A really good example is like the child abduction stuff, right?
Oh. Yeah.
There is less child abduction today than there was when I was a child. I'm 54 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But you would think that there's more today
Mm-hmm.
because of the voices that advocate against it, right? That because you can hear the voices louder now.
That's understandable.
It seems like it's a bigger problem than it is. You know what I mean? It's like, we when we were kids back in the 80s and 70s, dude, I was never home. I was out wandering around by myself all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know,
never got
right?
abducted. I never was even fear of being abducted.
Yeah, neither was I. And I was
Yeah.
in the 90s.
And now
Yeah.
people get reported for letting their kid play at a park right next to their house where the mother is watching out a window.
Right.
And somebody calls the police. She's not watching her kid close enough. He's gonna get abducted. Oh my God! Call CPS. Take the
Right.
kid away from her. She's abusing her child. And it's like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
that because you voiced a big against, you made the situation worse than it is.
Right. It almost
And
manifests.
it's the same. It's with hatred. It's like that.
Uh-huh.
With religious animosity, it's like that.
Yep.
I don't hate religious people, right?
You hate what religion does to people.
I hate what religion does. That's a very good term to use.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, I believe in the
Because
spirit.
there
I
are
believe
people
in.
that believe in the good of religion, and they follow their scripture, and I believe the original intent of the religion was to do good deeds and do good things.
Right.
But there is a faction within that religion that says we can use this to our advantage.
Use
Can
it
I
as a
add something
weapon.
that will help support
Move
your
your
claim?
Move your horse, skunk, over here.
Woo! Let me grab
Can I
it.
say something that would support your claim?
Go for it.
Okay. All scripture is for edification and instruction. And I think you're right. I do believe in a pure and correct religion, but I don't believe that it has been followed for thousands of years. I think that we've fallen away from knowing the true God, that we don't know his ways. He's basically alien to us. I mean, literally, he's basically alien to us. We've fallen away from knowing him. We've fallen away from a lot of things that our forefathers did before us, and I'm not saying they're right. I'm not saying I advocate slavery, but I am going to say that it has happened. I'm not going to apologize for it, and at the same time, my forefathers came over as slaves, so I'm not going to be like pointing fingers and be like, I demand restitution for what happens to my great grandfather that I never met.
I want to get the show on the road.
I got fat thighs. I don't want to fucking make a burn mark on my thighs.
I've got an iron skinning knife.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
A really good example too is when I was in the Navy. I worked for the Admiral, and I took care of the staterooms. And one of the staterooms I took care of up in the Admiral's staff was the preacher. I don't know what they call him in the military.
Chaplain.
Chaplain. Yeah, the chaplain.
Yeah, I think that's just military wide.
Right, it's the military because it's a chaplain. They call him a chaplain.
Yeah.
Because the chaplain, it's one man that's there to take care of a crew of 3,000, and there's diverse religions in that crew. So if I want to go to Catholic service, he performs the Catholic service. If I want to go to a Jewish service, he performs the Jewish service, right?
Oh, understand.
And so I got in a long discussion with this chaplain one day when I was cleaning his room. He happened to be in there when I was cleaning it up. So I got in a discussion with him and, told him I was agnostic, and so we had and I love theology. I love to learn about diverse religions.
Yeah.
Where people come from, where it started, how it's the people.
Oh, the etymology.
So I'm talking to the chaplain, and it came up that what my belief was, and I said, well, my personal belief is there's one true religion, and we don't know it anymore, because every religion that's out there today stemmed in some way from a core belief way back in time that someone veered off the path. Considering, say for instance, a good example is the missionaries, right? So when a missionary goes to an area that's all minority-looking people, different than themselves, like say it's a European missionary, and he goes to a place where it's all black people. They probably at some point thought the only way I'm going to get these people on my side is if I tweak the story just a little bit to make them feel more inclusive in it, which is the offshoot of Islam, or the offshoot of Hinduism, or the offshoot of, you know what I mean? And it's split off of the original theory thousands of years ago, and went their different paths. That's why we have the Mormons. That's why we have,
hold on. Mormonism was based on witchcraft, and it was for witches.
Right. Well, no, Mormon. So.
No, it's Joseph
Mormonism
Smith.
Is witches, dude. It's a coven of witches. They're not actually followers of Christ. They believe, and I've talked with a dude in prison. He was one of their higher echelon dudes. And I've heard the testimony of a guy who'd mastered all of their arts, learned everything they had to offer, attained the highest class or office that they had to offer. Man, you're killing me. I can't move, Smalls. Anyways, so this is not just wingding off of the wind.
But so at some point there was somebody that and actually a better example is what the hell are the people? Jesus Christ! You're
going so fast.
Here goes my memory again. What's the religion that they don't observe birthdays and holidays?
I don't know because they're
the 7-day Adventists and Jehovah's Witnesses.
No, they're not the 7-day Adventists.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
They are the same thing. The Jehovah's Witness and
it's
what was the other guys?
It's a subfolder from a folder.
Man, I
Right,
can't
right,
help
that's-
but be
that's what I mean.
upset
That's
when
what I mean.
talking
The
with
Jehovah
you about
Witnesses-
these guys.
Literally, the Jehovah Witnesses took
Finish
one
that up. I'm
single line
overloaded.
out of the Bible and made an entire religion out of that one single line.
So did the Catholics.
Right, that's what I mean. Every religion, if we could coalesce everything back, you would probably end up with one. Because if you, this is what
Dude,
this is the
read
part
the
I discussed
Bible.
with this is the part I discussed with the chaplain was, if you look at the different stories told by different religions, there's a lot of similarities. For instance, the number 12 comes up a lot. 12 disciples, 12 lesser gods, 12 greater gods, 12 this, 12 that, right? There's a lot of similarities that you go, well, why did everybody come up with that number to describe
12 tribes
this
of
part their
Judah.
religion?
Now, bring in string theory.
Bong.
Well, that's
You
string
can't?
theory wouldn't even affect back then.
No, it would. It would. That's the whole theory behind string theory. You don't know You don't know string theory if you think that it didn't exist before.
No, not that it didn't exist. The knowledge of it didn't exist.
Right. Okay. So the knowledge didn't exist, but it still did. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Everything
string
exists
theory.
before this knowledge.
Precisely. Everything existed before that is going to exist afterwards, except for things that are made new in Christ. That's a completely different aspect to creation.
You know, it's a circle.
Well, you call it what you want, but I'm not going to go into it just yet. What I am going to go into is that the number 12, like you were saying, 12 apostles, 12 key inner circle members,
Watch out,
12
Rhino
chosen
coming in.
people. 12 is a number that was very important in the story of Christ.
Out of the way.
No, I've got a weapon that can fight this thing, dude. Anyways,
I'm telling.
moving
Stone
on.
to get out of the way, not you.
You
I'm
get
up
out
here.
of the way. I can't move, but I've got a really awesome weapon. So,
But you get that
it was
from
very important to the story of Christ, and so string theory says that if it existed at a point in time that is a fixed point in time, that we all have to come to it and be like, yeah, he existed, he was there. We have evidence that he existed, but we only ever knew him as a man, type of thing. Well, that's a fixed point in existence. We have to come to an agreement that that exists. And string theory says that if he existed in the capacity that he said he did, and that witnesses also testified that he did, then that number 12 would be very important to everything that came before it, whether it was known or unknown, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you picking up what I'm laying down here?
I got you.
Cool. I'm just making sure I've got a coherent thought, and that I'm actually explaining it correctly, instead of just off in, Discord. Anyways, so...
Well, we are in Discord. But...
Yes, thank you, Captain Obvious. But boom. So the concept is that if angels existed with God in heaven, be it you can call them lesser gods. I mean, in J.R.R. Tolkien, he had said, if you read the Silmarillion, it's a book about the creation and the armies of heaven and the demons that fell from heaven after being, kicked out and the rebels thrown down, type of thing. And the concept is that those beings still exist. And if they still exist, then that number would be very important to them. And as rebels, they would do everything in their power to try to mask the truth of God. The truth of a love that loves you so far beyond governments and legalities and law that he would literally send his own son to die for you, so that you wouldn't have to die yourself. Because the world wants you dead, and it would twist whatever it could to make it happen, be it laws or people's minds or whatever.
So was the DNA tainted, or were we made this way by that God, or
The
is
DNA
the God that's saving us a different God that created us?
No. You want to go all the way back to Genesis, dude. Start in chapter 1. That should clear up a lot for you.
In the beginning?
We'll keep going.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. No one come to the Father except through me. Blah, 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 blah.
Whoa, dude.
I had the sun,
No, that was-
therefore it was
Those are
it
two
was good.
different. Those were two different fragments from the Bible,
Uh-huh.
and they were nowhere near each other.
What is it?
Man,
Go for it.
Do you really want me to do the work for you when you were
No,
the one who brought up the work?
No, I'm saying that there's
What are you saying?
The Hyperboreans are pre-human. They existed.
Man, in J.R.R. Tolkien, they were like lesser gods.
The giants existed too.
Oh yes, absolutely. Moses
The-
killed them.
The Raphaim and Nephilim, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pretty cool stuff. But I still believe that quite possibly the Nephilim are still here.
Oh yeah, I know that. I mean, I take everything with a grain of salt. That's part of being a Gnostic, but like.
Yeah, I think like the whole alien theory is them.
I think mainly.
I think that they try so very hard to be in the public eye without being witnessed or recognized. And if they are recognized, that they be recognized by their own rather than by humans. Because if we all snap action woke up at the same time,
right,
and decided to move in the same direction at the same time, they would be left behind.
What do you know about the tribe of Cain? I want to hear about.
Man, all I know is that anyone who believes Cain was in the right by killing his brother to gain favor with God did not know God in the first place.
Right.
And anyone who follows him as a tribe is crazy to do so. Because, granted, I joined the army, dude. I joined the army to kill people. I play violent video games where I kill people. I enslave people in these video games. I do many terrible things in these violent video games. But, dude, this was done over people. And this was done over a very long period of time. I'm not going to pretend like history doesn't exist.
What part
Does that answer your question? I mean, honestly, I don't know anything about the tribe of Cain.
That's what I'm saying is like, so the book, the Biblica, what was it? The Yahweh the Biblica.
Man, fuck the Biblica. That is not Bible. That is Catholic jargon.
No,
it was
that's
misconstrued, and one of their books leaves their people in fear. That is the legacy.
So do you believe
of the
in
Catholic
the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Catholicism.
Do you believe in Dead Sea Scrolls, or do you think
I believe they exist? I believe I haven't read them.
Is that part of the canon?
They're scripture, and I believe that they have. Man,
so you must believe
what do you call
in
it canon. I'm a layman. I'm not who you think I am.
So do you think about the story of Enoch, which is part of the canon of the Bible?
Well, give it to me.
Well,
read it to me if you can.
It's too big. You have to basically. Okay, so he went into.
Was that Old Testament or New Testament?
That's pre-dynastic, so that's way before Old Testament, before the Bible was put together.
Did you not hear me, or did you not understand me, or are you trying to lead the conversation when I told you I have never read them?
Well, that's what I'm saying is like if you're in a linear.
Please don't pretend that I have.
That's what I'm saying.
If you bring up a story that came from those texts.
But you have a solid belief in something when it does state know your enemy, right? So therefore all sense
you
of
want to
everything.
know what you want to know the truth of most of what is going on here. I believe most of what we experience is our own journey to get to the end. And everybody has to go through their own.
So we're in everybody's their own universe, basically. So what is real to you is not real to
I believe
else.
universe is one spoken sentence.
Right.
I believe all the multiverses and all the whatever other universes that have been in comic books, if you really broke down their stuff, their universes, and especially in the Marvel, now here's the one spoken sentence in Marvel.
Yes.
Humans are trash, and only superheroes are bad enough to be killed. That's their one spoken sentence, dude. God spoke a sentence, and it went like this. I love you. Do those sound like the same thing, dude? Did the God that said I love you also say that you're a piece of filth and that you need a superhero to live. Otherwise, super villains are going to crash through your ceiling with laser guns and vaporize you from the heavens.
Right.
No, dude. If he's gonna kill you, he's gonna do it from something like rain, right? Because he did that, right? Right?
Well, he did.
I mean,
he
I'm
said
not
the
wrong.
next time would
I'm
be
not
fire.
wrong. I'm not wrong. But the thing is that it's a continuous thing, dude.
Uh-huh.
It's a relationship. He is a living God.
Right.
He's not dead. He's still very much
did promise-
capable of handling himself.
He did promise he wouldn't.
And oh man, there's even like I want to talk so much more, but I know that this conversation's not gonna let me.
No, you
Because,
can go. You can go, dude. You can talk.
No, because it was one of those things like I had to bring it up when I was
Now
thinking
it's
about
gone,
it.
yeah.
Otherwise, it gets you
It's
do
distorted.
tend to steamroll a lot. I'm just letting you know.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that the Bible is basically about 6,000 to 10,000 years old, is what everybody believes. They found things. I mean, that's what
That's
they're
pretty
saying,
impressive.
right? So
I don't know. I don't pay attention to
what
that.
I think is that there was multitude, like the earth has been renewed, destroyed, and rebuilt over like a dozen times. So there's been many
That's a theory.
Christ beings, and these Christ beings is on this whole like there's a
No,
circle
I've
that
said
it
this
keeps
before.
going.
I did squash this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do know the scripture that will actually squash it. No other name given among men has been or has the power to save men.
Say it
No
again.
other name given among men
Uh-huh.
has the power to redeem men.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Well, he does.
Are you following that?
In that sense,
Because
he does.
no. You know, and I
Mhm.
know you know because you brought it up.
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
are other people or figures
Yes.
throughout history
Yes.
that have almost been like a tracing paper of the very story of Christ.
Yes.
But the thing is that none of them have made the claim that he has made. All they ever did was point at him. That was it. That's all their stories ever did. If you could cram their universes, if you will, to turn a phrase, if you crammed their whole life into one sentence, it would be this: Jesus existed.
But what about
That's it.
what about Enlil and Enki? Enki and Enlil. They definitely claim to be
were
the
their
creators.
names? Were their names there to? Do they have the power to save or redeem?
They
Did they ever make that claim?
They claim to have created humans, yeah, from DNA.
Who?
That's the cuneiform tablets from. They found.
I don't care,
them-
dude.
Yeah,
Look. I believe I've got a personal relationship with the dude who created men,
right.
and I'm all right with him. And as far as
Right.
I know, he's all right with me. So, what does it matter?
Well, that's what I'm saying is other people exist. Like,
Well,
I mean,
yes,
other people
but
have
not
different-
everybody has learned all the lessons at the same time.
Right.
Sometimes you're going to meet people who have not learned the lessons that you have learned.
But that's,
And you're going to have some form of edge or power or leverage over them
right.
because you know what you know. But here's the kicker, and this is universal. This goes for everybody in the universe, everybody who has ever drawn the breath of life.
Yeah.
You have to adhere to nobody cares. Nobody cares how much you know. Nobody cares how much you know until they care to know how much you care.
I
If you
get
don't
that.
show them that you care, you might as well be empty, and it doesn't matter if you know the world, because you don't care enough to reach them where they're at. You gotta have a mind that's low, dude. Jesus said, I am meek and lowly in heart. If you want to meet him, you might as well get on your knees, dude. He's low.
Yeah.
Hey,
But-
I have an offshoot dumb religious question that I'm reading something and it's confusing me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shoot. What's up?
So, Noah died at the age of 950?
Right.
Did he? Wow.
That's what it says here. Now, but he was only he only left 3 sons. How
No,
does
he
someone
might
live
have had a lot of
950?
daughters, right? I mean, they didn't count women back in them days. He might have had a lot of daughters, dude.
In 950 years, he sired only 3 sons.
Yeah, but it could have been like 40 girls.
Well, they don't mention he had any daughters.
Exactly. The Bible never does. The Bible never
He
does.
left behind 3 sons.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep. If you read the lineage,
From whom it says from.
Hold on,
whom
hold on.
Human race descended.
go to the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. One of them actually started their book with the lineage of Jesus.
Matthew.
And if you notice, his lineage only mentions 2 women.
Esther and Edith?
Ruth.
Ruth, okay, thank
Ruth.
you.
Esther and Ruth.
Yes.
Those were the only 2 women that were actually important to the story of Jesus' lineage because they existed within the Old Testament. And they were very, very, very crucial to the existence of the Jews today. Like, without them, they'd be dead. They'd be gone. But that could be said about a lot of Jewish heroes.
It's just confusing me with the lifespan that the Bible says people had.
Man, could you imagine? They had better food, they had better water, they had cleaner air.
No, it's not that. It's with
that's
with procreation the way it is.
Oh, yeah, I understand that.
If everyone born lived
Wait,
that
wait,
length of life,
wait. Let me interject. Let me pose this question to you.
Uh-huh.
We all kind of come to the agreement that they lived a lot longer than we do today. But nothing was ever mentioned about menopause. Did the women only have certain amount of years to give birth before they were shut off?
I think
Because I don't think that was ever mentioned.
I think it was the firmament.
I want to play in this little sandbox.
Well, no,
What
but
if?
technically that wouldn't matter because if with more women being born, then there would still be women to procreate with.
So let's say there's like 4 or 5 daughters, right? So that's like 8 years of her life. And if she got married at like age 13, and then they had a kid and then waited a few years, I mean, as far as I know, it's always been the man's choice to pull out. I mean, even King David, he chose to not give one of his wives children. She died barren.
Okay,
it's his choice, dude.
So
it's his choice.
You might know, Partisan. Okay, so listen to this. There is a time, and I don't remember, but I think it was after the flood. There is a verse that says, "And a man." It was when humans were cut down, and they should no longer be of this time. Like they can't live that long. He cut him down because of something that happened. I think it was.
Oh, he said that there should be a length to how long they live because I will not always strive with them.
Yeah, so that's the cutoff there.
Okay.
It was
it's
after
not,
Noah.
Not technically. No. Keep in mind that God said that I should not always walk with them. That 120 years should be
120
the end of
years.
Their line.
Yes.
Now, keep in mind there have been documented proofs. People can live more than 120 years, but when they do so on their own. Which means you got to clean live. You got to have nice water. You got to have clean air. You got to be alive to be alive at 125. You know what I mean?
Do you think it was because of the firmament used to cover the whole of the earth?
I don't know,
the
man.
waters above, so below.
I don't
Everything
know.
was more
I don't care.
jungle. Everything was more jungle, and dinosaurs were bigger. People were bigger. Therefore, they lived longer. And then when it collapsed on the second flood, I think that's what made everything a little bit cheapened, and things were tainted more. I think, and then the Nephilim.
No, man. No, I think there was only the one flood. I think the firmament was the breaking that was the flood.
And
I think that was the one and only flood that happened.
I've heard that the Hyperboreans. Okay, like bear with me.
Explain to me. Like identify who is the Hyperboreans.
They're the ones that came from another planet. There's 7 planets. There's a deity.
Oh man, I've never heard of this.
Yeah. There's a whole thing, man, of coming from the.
Let me share some of the fiction literature that I've made. Man, All right, but keep going on. Keep going on.
All
Let
right.
me hear this to the end.
So basically, the Hyperboreans came from a different place. Okay, they're not the Anunnaki. They could be the Anunnaki, right? But they got this from the cuneiform tablets, which is ancient Sumeria, right?
How many did you say? 7?
There was a thing, a network of 7 planets that once existed. There was
Dude, wait. Let me just throw this in as an idea, because how many continents are there?
7 right now.
7.
But there is
Dude,
a hidden
now
one.
keep in mind, I want to hammer on this.
They found an 8th one
later,
though.
but I do want to suggest that the rebels that got kicked out of the Heaven War,
Right.
those separated in a hierarchy, and they took dominion on the Earth.
Yes, you got it.
7
Yes.
kingdoms, 7 planets,
Yes.
7 people, 7 angels. Because I mean, let's face it, we as humans, we live in roles in video games where we have thousands at our beck and call. We are the heads of our own nations, each to their own. But angels might as well be planets. They're slightly above humans, you know? And the thing is that if the Hyperboreans, I'm seriously queuing in that the Hyperboreans are demons, dude. They're fallen angels. They're the Nephilim.
Well,
And this
they're the
story
Raphaim.
might be embellished a little bit, but it's the same identity that is behind all of the trickery and the lies that we've experienced since the fall of man.
Yeah, the Raphaim were the originals. The Nephilim are the sons of the fallen angels. Yeah. But
Because they took the women wives.
Yeah.
Is
in
that right?
Genesis 6, I think it was. And also in the Bhagavad Gita, they claim that the aliens came down, the gods came down and took a bunch of their women and killed all the men. But the kids survived to write about their parents going up into the sky. And then after a while, there was giants on the earth that helped them. In the book of Genesis, it says in those days there were giants, right? And then Moses went and killed all the giants or whatever, and was it the Hittites? Every man, woman, child, or whatever, and he killed Og, was the final guy.
Wait. No, you might be right. I've got my thing mixed up. Keep going.
Right. So the Hyperboreans, basically, there's a thing called the Council of 5, and there was 9, and then 3 were deceased. They got destroyed in the war, and 1 decided that they were not going to be part of the council anymore. So now there's a Council of 5. Okay, so they take care of the entire multiverse and all that shit in the timeline. Those guys, the Hyperboreans, were made from the Council of 5 to be the managers of the planet. So it's sort of the same as what you're saying. The 7 kings.
No, dude, keep in mind that I really am queuing in that those guys are the fallen angels, dude. They're not actually caretakers of the planet.
Right.
I seriously, I hold to that Adam, the guy who was made by God
Right.
in the Garden of Eden. Excuse me. I bite my tongue on that because he wasn't actually created in the Garden of Eden. He was created to the west of the Garden of Eden. He had to move to the east to get to the Garden of Eden. Eve was born in the garden.
Right. So who is Lilith?
But anyways, he was created. Man was created by God, or at least Adam was created by God. You were created in the image of your father. He was created in the image of God. And he was created to be the caretaker of the whole planet. He was supposed to fill the roles that those Hyperboreans, you call them, or actually, I think it was the Raphaim.
Yeah, it was.
Was that correct?
Well,
okay. So
if you're going Judea,
oh man, I don't know what I'm going. I'm only going with a rough idea. Let me keep going.
Yeah, go for it. Run with it.
Yeah. So original intent, man was supposed to hold the positions, but it was because those demons were, cast out of heaven and no longer angels. They were still angels, but they were degrading, if you will. They were wilting, molting, whatever you call it.
Mhm.
So they knew that they were doomed. So what they did was they came to Earth with this intention of breaking it apart and then taking pieces for themselves. I don't know that the planet has been remolded multiple times. I don't know about big buildings being smelted into rocks or whatnot, but
Mhm.
I do believe that the world is continuously moving and things do happen. So I'm not going to ponder on such thoughts. What I am going to ponder on is where I'm at, where I'm going, and all the experiences that I've had up until now.
Mhm.
Is this a science fiction book you guys
Man,
talking about?
I'm a book author. I do write fiction, but we also we share a lot of philosophical ideas and or religious annotations.
Is that Llama?
Because I believe in the Jewish guy, and
El Shaddai.
he's a spiritual agnostic by his own admission.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are talking actual religion. I thought you
Yeah.
guys were talking
No,
about.
this is
Well,
this
we're
is a heavy
theo-
topic.
Theolizing.
Real quick.
Yeah, we're theorizing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that ocean shelf, you gotta watch it.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
but
Okay. Yeah.
So is that Tara?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
yeah, Merry
yeah.
Christmas! Woo-hoo!
Yep.
Happy holidays, guys.
Hey,
Woo!
boys,
Yeah.
I'm bringing. I got an elephant on my ass.
Shit.
Are you guys
Hi,
coming back? Cause I'm
Scully.
too heavy to move.
I'm heading up to
Put it
my
in the
thing
box,
coming
put it in
back.
the box.
Oh man, Scully, Tara said hi.
Hi, Tara.
Hi,
It is Tara, right?
Scully. Yeah,
Right on.
yeah. I thought you guys were talking about a science fiction story or something.
Oh, we can. I think
The
we're all
truth is
pretty-
stranger than
Some
fiction.
people believe that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm. Hi. I'm sorry. I snickered when you said something, and I thought it was because. Oh yeah. I'm not.
Pancakes are
I'm not.
sweet.
I'm not that.
You're not non-religion.
Well, yeah, I'm not. Well, I'm not religion. But see, a lot of people would say, if I say I don't believe in religion, immediately people say, oh, well, you don't believe in God. I won't say I don't believe in quote unquote God or gods. If anybody's ever heard me cuss,
oh.
anybody ever heard me cuss, you'll hear me say, oh my God. Because deification or the deity belief systems have existed all over the world for many different cultures, because every culture develops their own ways of answering the big questions. Why?
Why?
Europeans came up with theirs, Middle Easterns came up with theirs.
Oh no.
I'm black.
You're black?
I married a boss lady.
My heritage, obviously, it comes
Oh.
from Africa, and Africans had multi belief systems. Many didn't believe in deities; they believed in spirits. They believed in elements of nature, anima, what have you. One
Enemas?
thing I do know that, enemas.
Yep.
One thing I do know that the whole Judeo-Christian thing is not, related to my existence.
Right.
But but I don't go after anybody else's belief system because, like I said,
You're
they
open.
exist to get people by. That's why they came around. People needed to get by. They needed to ask that why question, and this is how various civilizations came up with their whys.
Yeah. You do you, boo boo. I'm not
Pretty
against
much
you.
what I-
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
pretty much
I am for
say.
you, not against you.
Yeah.
Hey, something.
Whatever gets you by.
Something I could pass on to you guys, and I think you would all agree. Let me know if you do. Let me know if you don't. How's that?
Copy.
This came through
Does that count?
Mother Teresa, and
Got it.
she had said. Now I'm paraphrasing here. I'm not going to quote her verbatim, but she had said something along the lines of, all human communication that is ever uttered is one of two things. One, it is a loving response, or two, it is a cry for help.
There be an elephant coming your way.
There's
I
a-
like you, Scully.
Help!
That's a
Oh, such an elephant!
I say that. Definitely going with a cry for help, but it could also be a loving way of letting you know something's going to come and kill you. So
Oh,
good to
you're deeper than you let on, Tara. You are an ocean.
know. I try not to be.
That's okay. That's okay. Everybody feels, even if they don't admit it.
I don't feel. No, I'm just kidding. I feel hard, dude.
Yeah, some people are just hard.
That's all. That's
Hard hearts
that's
exist.
your personal thing, dude.
Yeah, you
You
keep it
don't
to you.
need to share that much.
Not that way.
Right on.
Yeah,
I got
man.
my first elephant.
Nice.
You bagged it?
Yeah, I shot him off the back of the horse.
Oh shit.
Oh man, I'm still over by the cart. Where did you guys go?
I'm up the river just.
Past the waterfall?
I'm getting supplies.
Yeah, there's two more elephants over here, but they're like level 50.
Well, I've got a 50 weapon. Let's do this.
I got.
Well, come up and I'll draw them to you.
I got a
This is-
bad. I have a bad question. I have to break in.
Oh shoot. What's up?
This one's gonna kind of be as heavy as what we were talking about.
Okay.
Are we going to lose Mo?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how.
So
Oddly enough, Tara,
yes.
that's how this entire discussion started.
Yeah.
What?
I kid
Yeah.
you not.
How?
The first
How?
discussion we had.
How did you get from there to there?
The same way we just got from
Questions.
where we were to just now.
Questions and answering and,
Yeah.
and more topics and so many anecdotes. You don't even
Compounding.
care.
Compounding.
Yeah, it just
I chimed in when I first got in about the latest news that I saw about the court stuff that
Mhm.
Angela lost. So far, their cause to try and get their servers back on because they refuse to put out any evidence to support their argument other than people saying we didn't do that. That was their entire argument. We didn't do that.
I understand why they, where they would be coming from, and not wanting to say, okay, well, here's our stuff. Look at it, because it is clear that if they put their shit out there, pardon my language, it could just as easily be taken.
No, so what the initial thing was, I mean, literally, the Snail put out. They showed code, and the
They did?
similarities. They showed
Who did? Who did?
similarities.
Angela Games?
No, Snail did.
Snail did.
Snail Wildcard.
From
They
from what I said, that
snippets of code.
they showed that this is our code, and we looked at their code, and there's
No,
something
no.
in their code that looked like
No.
our code, from what I understand.
Oh, yeah,
They didn't
I
show.
heard that too.
They didn't
More
show.
More
They
so
didn't
than
show.
That. So they have not been able to see Angela's code per se because Angela refuses to show it to anybody, even a third, a non-connected party, which is how you normally do arbitration. You have a third party that looks at both codes, matches them together, and goes, "No, these aren't similar," or "Yeah, these are pretty close, right?" But they refuse to do that part. So what Snail Wildcard used that they had that they could see was every coding thing has headers on it for different sections of the code, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they could see the headers in the programming because that's not source code, right? That's just the headers of the source code. And the first thing they found when they looked at the headers is the headers matched Wildcard's headers for ARP. Verbatim, matched it. So the similarity of that would be like if you wrote a book and I wrote a book independently, not knowing each other's books, and then when we got together and we put our books together and we said, well, that's weird. your chapter headers are exactly the same as my chapter headers. That would be impossible, right? Or very near impossible for you to independently have the exact same chapter headers that I have in my book if we didn't discuss it somehow, right? So
Wait a minute.
that's what they based their initial court filing on was, look, we're looking at just the chapter headers. That's all we can see right now. But their
my goodness.
chapter headers are programming
I may be
exactly
dead.
as our chapter headers.
Oh my goodness.
That is not. I did not want to go out
Mm-mm.
like that.
No,
I
I
left
didn't
the
want to go
door.
out either.
Damn.
I left the
How
door
long is it going
open.
down?
90.
Probably an hour.
Yeah.
I left the door open.
Man, I'm gonna wake up dead.
But that's how
Yes.
it started, Tara. That's what started the string of them going after Angela Games. And then to find out that 60 of the 83 employees of Angela Games worked for Wildcard. During
Yeah.
okay.
Somebody on a comment thread said that from what they understood, for the way things worked, if you have that many people from one particular game go to another particular game, it's less a theft and more of a transfer.
Right. Okay. So here's where the issue comes in. Right. So what I saw that they talked about was, there was a lead guy at Angela Games that used to work at Snail. Right. They claim he stole the source code before he left Snail. And Angela Games says, oh, he wasn't given access to the code before we started developing the game in 2020, right?
Right.
Now, mind you, they say they started developing the game in 2020, which is also an impossibility that you develop the game that good in under a year. Because it was released in late 2020, right? So that's a little bit of a questionable anecdote right there. But then Snail Mail came back and said, oh no, he was given access to our source code in 2018, not 2020.
I thought Mo has been around a lot longer than that.
Nope. So I think they started it in 2019, late 2019, and 2020 was when they really blew it up. But they tried to claim that the guy didn't have access to the source code before 2020, so there's no way because they started in 2019. And then they proved that guy actually had access to the source code in 2018, a full year before. And then they made the mistake of claiming that those guys that work for them now were working for Angela Games developing the game while they were at Snail as a side thing, right? As a side
I think he's a communist spy.
Get
He was
him!
just in the right place at the right time.
I've got to be honest.
There's
Okay,
one more thing.
See you later, Tara.
But
Later.
the last thing that Snail said in their court thing was, by their contracts while working at Snail, anything that they developed in the realm of gaming belongs to Snail. It's in their contract that they can't work for a second party or a third party developing a game while they work for their company developing a game, right? Just because of the inherent nature of that, where they could take things back and forth. So by technicality, that game actually belongs to Snail if their employees were working on it while working at Snail, even if they say they were working on it for a different company, because you can't work for two developers at the same time. If it's in your contract that anything you develop is their intellectual property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a technicality. I have to deal with that a lot in my field, in my old field, that I couldn't do data work for another company if I'm working for a company, because they go, oh no, you can't use our training that we gave you to go help one of our competitors, which is basically what they would have been doing, is helping a competitor develop a game with having innate knowledge of their own competitors, right? So it's rather obvious at this time that as much as some people hate Wildcard Snail, they're actually going to probably be seen in the right. and they're going to win their case.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's too much right now pointing at Angela actually doing what they say they did, and taking the source code. And even if they only utilize the source code, they have the compounded problem right now that they've been destroying evidence that they were told by law. They were told they were what's the word, told by the court, crap, what's the word, when the court tells you not to destroy evidence?
Cease and desist, or
It's oh goodness, I know this normally.
I know. I do too.
Injunction.
oh,
Yeah, they were served with an injunction to preserve all evidence, and all of the updates that they've been doing so far, they've been doing things that do not affect the play of the game, but change the actual wording of the headers and the source codes in ways that don't affect gameplay at all, or optimization or anything.
damn.
It's merely to change the way it looks so it doesn't look like their source code.
Okay, I have a question based on everything you just said and my own perceptions and the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is wild card, snail, yada yada yada. People who put out Ark and Atlas and other games, they're crap. They started out crap. They stayed crap.
Mm-hmm.
How in the hell do you take the source code from those crappy games? And trust me, I played Ark from the beginning.
Yeah.
When it was a
One
flash
does.
card.
I know where you're going, and I have your answer already.
Please do. Then you know my question. Give me the answer.
It is not the source code of Ark.
It's
It
game
is the
engine.
source code of Ark 2.
And
Ark 2
has
that
anybody?
has not been released yet, so nobody has seen how Ark 2 will play.
Ah.
This is based the source code of Ark 2 that they've been working on for years after Ark to not have the issues that they had in Ark. They don't want to fix Ark because they want people to see how far away from Ark 2 is and how good it works, so people will buy it. If you make Ark better, and then come up with Ark 2 and it looks no different because you've made Ark as good as Ark 2 now, right? They won't sell Ark 2. So they purposely have done minimal amount on Ark and concentrated their updates into the Ark 2 source code.
Right.
If MOE is any example of how Ark 2 will work, it's going to be a phenomenal game.
I
can agree with that. Yeah, I'd jump on that bandwagon.
I blame Ben Diesel.
He'll get sued somehow in this too.
He's like, what?
Well, I'm glad you guys have a light sense of humor in this. I'm gonna go smoke some weed. I love you guys.
No,
Right on, man.
Later, man.
take care. But they've also put out Atlas, and that wasn't all that long ago.
Okay, so
Right.
that's where they made their mistake because they put out Atlas is merely a reskinned Ark. They didn't change any of the code. That was a money grab, same way that their DLCs were, right? And that's where they learned their lesson. That's why. Do you see any gameplay of Ark 2 at all anywhere?
No.
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 Because
Let me
they are
see.
keeping it under wraps because they want to hit that. They want to make their oomph and go. We listened to you, and this is what we came up with. Boom. And it's going to be an awesome game. That's what they're looking for.
It's still going to be Ark. I mean, I get what you're saying and everything.
Yeah, but see,
but
that's the thing is, a
still
lot of
gonna
us
be
like
Ark.
the premise of Ark, but we're not happy with some of the ways that it functions, right? So
Yeah.
if you take the premise of Ark and you give it good mechanics and good function and good optimization, people won't be mad. Look at No Man's Sky, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. No Man's Sky, in its own right, was an awesome game. The reason that people didn't like it is because it wasn't what they said it was going to be. Because they had high hopes as to what they wanted to achieve, and it was impossible to achieve that in the time frame that they said. So they put out a game that was inadequate to their expectations and the expectations they put out. But if they hadn't have done those expectations, people would have loved that game. It was the expectation.
The way it was,
fell short.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
it
will
was the expectations
totally
of
agree.
greatness that
I
people felt abused by. Right?
Yeah.
well,
And that's what-
hold on. Let me correct you there for a bit, because yeah, I was one of those early people. People
I.
got it. There was more than just a certain level of expectation and gameplay. No Man's Sky was fun.
Yeah.
At the start, but it got to a point of repetitivity that
Repetitiveness, yeah.
that
Well,
was
no, okay,
the
that is-
real,
you know what-
at
you know
least
why
for
that
me
is?
and a lot of people, that
You know
was
why
the
that
real
was, though?
issue.
Do you know why that was?
Yeah, I'm all ears.
Because they portrayed
Just
that
the two.
game-
I only got the two, really.
They portrayed that game as like so expansive, right? It'd be like if you took the universe as a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you really only had the capability to do a solar system, but you told everybody it was this grand universe. So every time you went to another solar system, it was going to mimic the first solar system because that's all you had the capability to really do. If they had put that game out as a smaller universe,
Space exploration game.
Yeah.
Not so much a universe, it's just a procedurally generated galaxy.
To a galaxy.
there you go. If you had started with a solar system and then moved to a galaxy and then moved to a universe, people would have seen that as, oh, we're updating it, we're expanding the galaxy, then we're expanding to the universe, we're expanding. Instead, they went, we're giving you the universe.
Yep.
But all repetitious solar systems.
Wouldn't that be something?
That was where they made their mistake, was their view of their ability far outweighed the actual ability of the technology that they had their hands on at the time.
Damn.
So that's the same thing with you look at stuff like, you look at any game we've ever played. I was on the origin of Rust. I was on the origin of No Man's Sky.
Right.
I was on I basically played the
didn't
origin
do
of
that.
most games that you guys know today that you've played for years. I was there when it was in the alpha and beta test, doing beta tests on stuff. And they always fail when they are pie in the sky about how grand this game's going to be. When a game starts lowly and then gives little updates here and there and making it get better, that works so much better because people expect advancement, but they don't have a finger on what that advancement's supposed to be.
Yeah, you gotta identify it before you can hit it.
Right. And the problem is the people the game developers give you a point to look at when they have no way to reach that point at this time. So people keep looking at that point going, this is an awesome game, but you said it was going to be a stupendous game. It was going to be up here, but you're only down here. But when you compare that game to other games, it's far superior to those other games, but it's not what your expectation said it was going to be.
High battery, high.
So that's the problem with game development these days is people just they want to give an expansive view of what's in their head of what.
Wait. Can I try and explain this? I think I've got the right words.
Go for it.
We as humans are limited, but we also have connection to the unlimited.
Man, pay attention to me, I'm bored.
When you try, because you have love in you and you want to share love, when you create something that you're going to give to someone, you want it to be filled with excitement and all the good things of good report type of stuff. The thing is that if you knew that you could come up with the ideas you would promise the world. But here's where the kicker comes in. They did just that. And here's where they fell short. They did not have the technical know-how or the techniques in order to make those claims real. They could see it in their mind's eye, but bringing something to reality is a completely different thing. So what I'm saying is they fell short. Is it? Like that's it in a caboodle. But that doesn't mean that they didn't see the vision, the big picture, you know? Because they hooked me too. They hooked me too. I mean, dude, who wouldn't want to be in a universe that is so expansive and so open and free that you could just fly to a planet, pick up some rocks, and turn it into a 3D printer? Right? I mean, build your own spaceships, go places, do things. And the cool part about the whole game was that you're not alone. You've got friends, dude. You meet people, and it was meant to be a social platform. But I think they expanded it so much that there was room for those shiny things and pretty things, but you were so far away from people that you would have to actually know where they were, and you would have to travel very far and long to get to them. And by then, it just wasn't worth it. They expanded far beyond their know-how.
Well, people were one big thing is people were hoping for, even though they said that, yes, you could multiplay, but the chances are you weren't going to be able to because of, like you said, the expansiveness of what was going to be out there. Seeing another person was going to be a pie in the sky kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
The only game that
it was like, what was it? The very first day somebody ran into another person, but they didn't run into that person because they couldn't see them.
Oh wow!
the only game that I played that actually held up to what they said it was going to do was Guild Wars 2.
Well, Guild Wars.
The only reason for that, I was a core tester for 3 years on that game.
That was great.
So, I mean, I know the game mechanics of it really well, but and that's even changed since. I mean, I test with them once in a while now, but not as often as I'd like. I don't have the time. But I was off work for 2 years when I messed my knee up, and a friend of mine got me on with the dev, and I'm real good friends with one of the devs, the main devs, and it was great core testing because they listened to everybody, you know, and there was probably 500 of us that core tested, and they listened to, you know, how the game scaled. You know, we would tell them, you know, well, it scaled too big for so many people, you know, it would come overwhelming and everybody died too quickly. You know, it was good, but you know, they put it out there. You know, they didn't. Guild Wars has always been pretty big, and you know, even the old one. And when the new one came out, it was a big hit. And but it held up, you know, held up to their expectations of the game. You know, the way Ubisoft told them it was going to be, and that's the way it was.
Yeah.
You know, with so many video games that have gone the route that they have to end up in obscurity or memory, I have played a great many of them, and it sounds like you all have as well. You all sound like you have great amounts of experience in the video game industry and or world.
Right.
I was gonna say something that would maybe soothe you, in that even though they went the way they did, you still had fun doing them. I know I did.
I still have fun.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if this game goes bottom up,
Oh, okay.
I had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn straight. I mean, I'm sitting here on a private server still playing a game that may be completely removed from existence in a couple of days.
Yeah, but you're
Mhm.
not ashamed.
They're saying that the official is going to go. They'll probably drop the officials in a couple of days.
Now keep in mind that China servers might still exist even after the official servers get booted.
I really don't think that's going to be a fun place to play.
Yeah, that's where I'm headed. I'm gonna go kick some Chinese balls.
Yeah, I will too.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, I have to be honest. That's how come I like PvE as opposed to PvP. I'm really not into that kind of.
I could appreciate it. But
There's
would you?
more grifting in that than I'm tolerant of.
Well,
I
you
want to
can.
have fun.
Does mining and building and farming sound fun to you? Maybe fishing too.
That's my jam.
Yeah, you could live in our castle and
You could
just
be the cook.
a resident.
Mm-hmm.
We would not expect you to go to battle. We'll go to battle for you, and when we leave, we'll leave the castle in your hands.
Mm-hmm. It could be
your charge. You'd be the lady of the house,
the
or whatever you want to
property
be.
manager,
Depending on if you're one of those people.
How do you pronounce that?
landlord.
Kalasi?
Oh,
Khaleesi?
I don't know. How do you?
Khaleesi.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And now here's a funny thing. After saying that, I never watched Game of Thrones.
Neither have I. I've never seen it.
Don't do it.
No, I started watching the first episode. Boobs in the first 15 minutes. Nope,
Yep.
thanks.
I've been watching all of the videos that were made after the final season, and I pretty much got a good rundown of the show from
Yep.
beginning to end. And
Yep.
as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that would have interested me in that whole show is Daenerys' storyline. That's the only
Okay, yeah.
really interesting
Yeah.
storyline they had going.
Yeah, it's cool. It was a huge letdown. I was on the edge of my seat, and it was a letdown.
Daenerys? Who was he?
Oh, Daenerys.
Daenerys.
Oh, who's she? What character is she?
The white-haired,
The dragon princess chick?
The Dragon Queen.
Yeah, that was her, the dragon queen.
it was so funny because, like I said, never watched Game of Thrones, but I
Did it end?
see all those commercials, like the credit card commercial with this, and I see this woman with long white hair and dragons and a credit card commercial, and I'm like, okay, this must be something, something trendy or something. No idea.
A fad.
It's related to Games of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very trendy.
It's not what you think it is. That's the problem. It's
Yeah,
gonna
it was
disappoint
not
you.
advertised correctly.
It's gonna disappoint the shit out of you, and I will never watch anything by those people again.
Yeah, like I said, I watched enough videos that pretty much I know the whole story, and yeah, I completely agree that what they refer to now as Dumb and Dumber,
Yeah.
That sounds.
they completely crap the floor with that ending.
They shit the bed.
They,
Yeah.
So funny!
Yeah.
how I'm like,
They left their fan base in shit.
Yeah.
how do you not? Okay, if you're gonna build up to what you were going to do with Daenerys, how do you not? They had from the point where the end of the books was, what was it? Season 5 was when the last book adapted.
I think
season
so.
was?
Can I just.
You had two seasons. If you were going to end in 8, you had 2 seasons to build up to the character becoming a nutbag and torching a whole city of people.
Right. Can I just say that this is another case of their idea being larger than their capacity to deliver?
Yep.
I'm wondering if this isn't a common theme among like all the things that have crashed. I mean, aside from things that have been like politically cut off, but those are different.
Right.
The funny
right.
thing is, and this is for people who actually read the book. Again, another thing I have no idea about. Never read the books, i.e., never saw the show. But I know that there were books, and like I said, seen enough of the videos to know that a good deal of the show ignored a good deal of the book. So I'm like sitting here saying, one of the integral parts of the book, according to what I've seen in the videos, was magic. But the guys who were doing the show, adapting the book, said they didn't like magic. And I'm looking and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, the guy adapting these books that you like say that they don't like an integral part of that book, so they would be ignoring most of it.
Mm-hmm.
How are you a fan? How are you watching this and not being ready to rip their guts out? I mean, if I was a fan of this series and the guy adapting it said that, I wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Go watch Game of Thrones, y'all.
I shit on that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how much I disagree with it.
Has
so
anybody
much.
seen The Green Knight
Totally
yet?
worth none of your time.
There's a Steam update on.
Okay.
Yeah, every update will come after the UTC thing.
it's a Steam update on what?
Myth of Empires.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's it saying?
It's like a 34 megabyte thing.
Yep.
Oh, does that mean I'm gonna have to get off of here? I'm on private server.
Oh no, you're pretty much untouched. This is just for the official channels.
Do you think they're taking them down or what?
No, it's just maintenance. It'll take about 30 minutes to an hour.
I need copper ingots for that, and wood planks for this. So.
Hey, have you set up mines yet?
I have it.
Tara?
On
Yeah,
the private
I
server?
have it, yeah.
The private server, yeah. I got
Yeah.
one. It was really funny. Where I set up on one of the islands near the starting zone, the plains, number one plains. I set up I'm taking over one of the islands here, and when I went to see where I could put out a mine, it's right there, right next to where I planted myself.
This is a private server?
Running around, looking around for a good mine point, right next to my house.
Ta-da! Can you access it?
My mine? Yeah, I just was just looking at it. I had to give food to the guy working and everything. Wow.
Oh, right on.
Hmm.
Oh, I was just gonna suggest use it. But I see you're already using it. You're feeding the guy.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I need to make some ingots. That's what I need to do.
I'm gonna go eat a sandwich and then I will return.
No, don't eat a Wait a minute, you need to leave us to eat a sandwich?
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, please go eat your sandwich. Be happy. As the Brazilians say, bom provecho. Means may your meal not is bom provecho. It means may your meal be delicious and clean and pure, and may it go through your body without causing you indigestion.
It's a balat sandwich.
So what's wrong with bon appetit?
Oh, that's French.
Mm.
It's not Brazil. Excuse me. It's Puerto Rico. It's Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, they say bon provecho.
Puerto Rico.
Mm.
Yep, it's an American territory.
Nice. All right. All right, you guys. We'll be back in about 900 hours.